Hello and welcome to TopFormz. Today we're going to be looking at invoicing and our receipting. So firstly, if you'd like to add an educator logo, let's just go to the settings section and let's just make sure that everything is ready for us to start with invoicing and receipting. So we'll first open up our educator profile, and in this case I've already added my logo, but let's go and update the information. So if you're doing this for the first time, what you want to do is go to the logo section, say that you want to use an educator logo, and then add a logo. It should not be more than 200 pixels. And then in terms of the height, if you're having any difficulty with that, please just send me an email and I can assist you. You can then also update the information that is going to be used for your invoice and your receipt, such as the scheme details, as well as your ABN number and your family daycare name, which will be at the top. And that information is really going to just flow through to your invoice and into your receipt. So once you've done that, you can click update, and then you can go in and create your first invoice. So in order to create your first invoice, we are going to go to the list of income section, and you'll click on the plus button up at the top. You'll then choose your income category. In this case, it's going to be fee income. You can then add a parent or you can choose one. So I'm just going to choose myself in this case. I'm going to select the amount that's going to be paid for the week. I can then enter the details here for the week. If there's any other fees such as transport or anything like that, I can include that here as well. Then what the CCS is on that amount, and then we'll come back to any amounts that are received for the invoice at a later stage. When you're ready to send the invoice, just click on yes and then save, and it will send it to the email address of that parent. It's going to automatically pull through from the parent information. If it is incorrect, you can update this by going back to your settings section. Let me just show you where to find that. So essentially, if you go back to your settings section, you will see that there is family information, list of parents, and that's going to give you all of the parents and their details. You can then just select that parent and click on the pencil button to update their information. Let's just have a look at what the invoice looks like. So it's going to be sent to a parent and you are going to be CC'd on that invoice. When you open it up, you can see your logo. You can see the amount that was invoiced for care. You can see any additional charges such as transport and what the total fees are that are actually payable. At the bottom, it's going to show you any CCS that was actually received and any amounts from the parents as well as the amount owing. So we've now actually received some money from the parents and from the family daycare scheme, and we want to go and update this information in the invoice. So let's go to list of income. There are quite a few transactions, so I want to just narrow it down by filtering on it. You can do that by using the drop down button up at the top. And let's just choose the invoice. So the amount in red is the amount which has been invoiced, and the amount in blue is what has been paid by the parent. So we're going to choose this one, and now we have received $150 from the parent. So we're going to include that. Amount received from the parent, $150, and the amount received from the family daycare scheme was $100 for the CCS. We then want to send the family a receipt. So we're going to click on yes. If it was no, we just change that to yes. And when we click on update, it's going to send a receipt. We don't have to identify if it's a receipt or not, because we already know that money has actually been received and the system will automatically identify that. So when we go into our email, we will receive a receipt for care. When we open that up, we can then see if there is any amounts which are still owing. And in this case, there is, because we have only received $150 instead of the $170 that was payable. So there's still $20 which is outstanding on this invoice.